realizing that the thirstiest Bravolebrity of them all has been right with it, has been right with us from the beginning and has a picture of Bethenny, or just like maturity, realizing the thirstiest, Bravolebrity of all is, the one that we put on such a pedestal. So people, guys, it's all smoke and mirrors. Bethany's fine. The podcast is fine. It's amazing when someone goes out there and makes up lies about you and just says things that aren't true. And you just sit there and are like, I don't even want to respond to this because it's so beneath me. And then certain people adopt the narrative, but then you look at the numbers in your Instagram and your Twitter and on Patreon, and the numbers are all the same. So I think it's smoke and mirrors. Like, I don't think this is Bethany's big fall from grace.
Wait. Oh, okay. Wait. So do yesterday she dropped a video. Bethenny did, saying, basically taking a shot without saying their names. She's taking a shot at Lala, Ariana, Stassi. All of these women that are a part of the cast have come out against Bethenny and this interview with Rachel. There's a lot, but to summarize, they're all saying that Bethenny exploited Rachel. And Lala, I thought, had the clearest argument. Lala's like, Bethenny, I used to love, but Bethenny took advantage of Rachel. And Lala, which I have no idea if she has any actual fact of this or not, essentially says that Bethenny probably set out to do the interview, never intending her to pay a dime. Then when there was backlash, now Bethenny's going to pay her something. And that, Bethenny is lazy. They've all said Bethenny's lazy and not going back and watching the episodes. Bethenny put the video out yesterday saying that wasn't the point of the interview, you idiots. She didn't say idiots, and she essentially said all the voices that are barking the loudest, thinking that they know what's happening and blah, 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 don't know crap. And there's a few smaller content creators that actually know, just a few, what is really going on.
Did she say David Yontef and Sarah Fraser? Yes.
Tell us. Well, what do you think? What do we know that is really going on?
First of all, B, you're I have a very good friend, and her name is Bethany Frankel, and you know this, but B, I hope you ain't calling me or Sarah a small content creator, because honey, we are not. Look, I see it so many ways. First of all, we talked about this, like, I do have that weird cringe feeling of like, this poor girl was just exploited again, but at the same time, this is the job. I mean, I got Bo Dietl on 1 week after his name was all over New Jersey. I mean, okay, fine. We're, comparing somebody who's not familiar with the game to someone that carries, a weapon on them and packs heat. Like, but still, I mean, we all chase the big person. So it's like, to me, and I mean, this whole thing about she didn't pay her. Well, I mean, do people think podcast guests get paid? Like, everyone has a different situation. I know how Jeff Lewis handles his. I know how certain people handle theirs. Like, there's mostly people don't pay. Someone comes on to promote something and it's like a give and take. So, I mean, look, if she didn't negotiate being paid and she didn't say to a team, like, where's the money? I don't know what Bethenny is supposed to say. I wouldn't say, well, hold on, here's the money. Like, I don't understand. Now, I mean, do I think Bethenny is giving into peer pressure? I mean, you saw that video where she says, bring on the hate. It's clicks. It's this, it's that. I can definitely tell you a lot of online hate does do well for engagement and numbers.
It does amazing.
Thank you all. Every time that you go on a massive hate cruise against me, because it puts money in my pocket. So keep it up. Right?
Yeah. Oh, it's like drama sells the most. It really does.
But I don't think Bethany's going to go from like saying that to being like, oh, I can't, I'm nervous now. Let me pay her. Someone's going to check my record. She already said, I don't blame her. I will never reveal who I paid, who I didn't pay. Is that anyone's business? So, I mean, she's gone on record of saying that, but I mean, I did feel like, I see it. I do feel like this was an exploit. I didn't feel like this was an equal meeting of the minds. Like, sure, Bethenny is whip smart, one of the most successful in the game, does know business, does know media, does understand. She started the reality reckoning. Yeah, I didn't feel like Raquel, but look, for all we know, Raquel feels like, to me, this would just be me. Like, if I were ever going to sit there and make a statement of like, here's the elephant in the room, let me address this. When I'm done with that, I would say, that's it. You can leave all the negative comments. This for me was closure. I will never speak on this again, except for when I do interviews for the rest of my life and I'm asked for it. It's like maybe Raquel feels great. I mean, that's the narrative that seems to be out there, that she's thrilled with Bethenny, and I don't know. I should shut up. What do you think?
No, I like all your points. I think, Lala said it, I thought, really well. And Lala basically said, reality TV is not for everyone. You have to be so tough. Stassi came out and defended Rachel and says, like, where Rachel said that Tom, when she basically said, Tom, how could you record me without my knowledge? And then Tom goes, if you guys air that, I'm done. Stassi basically says, yeah, that crap happened all the time. I believe her. Things like that happen, and even much worse, that producers would do or talent would do, and then, threaten the producers. So it sounds like it was on both sides. I agree with you. I think we assume like Rachel feels like that she's being taken advantage of, but I think you're right. I think Rachel is very happy with it. And I think we have to assume, because she said it, she doesn't want to be on reality television. She's working on her mental health. Like Lala said, Lala's like, and Lala gave her, I think, 5 different slogans. She's like, you should be selling merch. This woman should be selling, you had the opportunity to cash in, use all these lines from this season, lean into being
like where they threw whatever at her, they were so harsh to her at the reunion with those quotes. There's quotes right there.
You could do all those whore, get fucked with a cheese grater. You could do, people support Rachel, and now
you could say more. Yes, comma, I get F you, asterisk K. ED with a cheese grater. Some people would buy it.
People would buy it. So I think we have to go with that Rachel doesn't want to do it. I mean, I did think, I can't remember if it was Stassi or Lala. Someone said, they wanted to know who is managing Rachel, because they just felt like it was such a bad look to go on Bethenny. And
I can tell you.
I mean,
did I tell you the whole story? Right. Did I tell you the story last time Rachel Yucatel was on my podcast? I might have told this really quick. Rachel Yucatel was on my podcast. We were talking about Lala. We're talking about Raquel. This is behind the scenes. We were talking about Raquel, blah, blah, blah. Somebody picked it up. It wasn't like a Page Six, the thing that just went viral with Rachel and PK, which we could talk about. It was something, it was like a smaller publication, and whatever. They picked up Rachel Yucatel relating to Raquel Leviss.
Okay.
And that got picked up, and Raquel's team, well, at least her PR, reached out to the publication that wrote it and said, sloppy, like, you're printing a whole article based on someone that has Rachel, you could tell, it's her quote, that had nothing to do with the situation. Like, how dare you say this about my client? Call us immediately. I only know this because then the publication reached out to me to say, like, can you believe this? What should I do? And I said, well, first of all, I love how everyone comes to me for advice. You've been in this business forever. I'm like, I don't understand. Like, again, I go back to, like, I'm not fucking you. You're not my mother, and you're actually not my boss. You don't have to do anything. This is a free country. So the person didn't do anything, but there you go. So I actually know the name of the PR person that